What up? What up? Good morning. Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Monday for real estate agents. You guys already know. So let's get quickly into the topic. Today's topic, I want to talk about the circle of influence, right? I was listening to this gentleman by the name of Andrew Tate. He's all over the YouTube and all that. And guys, I mean, the guy got some sick ass points, right? I can respect the man, right? I don't believe in everything he says, but yeah, man, I can respect a lot of the things he's saying because a lot of that shit is real, right? It's crazy. If you guys haven't looked him up, check him out. But one of the things that he mentioned was having this tight circle, this tight group that just can't be broken, and that caught my attention because I remember back when I was running with the wrong crowd, right? Which to me was that wrong crowd. Helped me a lot in life, right? Street smarts and everything else that comes with that. So I don't see it as the wrong crowd, right? It was maybe a wrong time in my life, right? Because of the things that I was doing, right? But nonetheless, I've always been a leader, right? I've always been a leader. Me and my brother have always been leaders. We've always been at the forefront of the ship, right? And one of the things that I've been seeing a lot of, man, and I think I've talked about this before, but it just really gets me to my core, man, is when you got these so-called influencers, right? These so-called mentors trying to help out. And I don't know if they're trying to help out, right? Let me fix this camera a little bit here. I don't know if they're trying to help out. If maybe, I hope they are. I mean, I hope they're doing it for the right reason. Or if they're just trying to build their channel up or, build their little circle up or, their Instagram page. I don't know, man, but time over time, man, I get a lot of agents that come into my company, to get interviewed, to join our company. And we're very selective in the people that we hire, right? We are very selective. In fact, we give them 3 months. And if, they're not doing what they said they were going to do, right, then we just let them go. It's just, it has to work for both of us. If it's not working for both of us, then this relationship doesn't work out, right? So anyways, and I'm talking to the new agent, right? I'm talking to that new agent. How do you find out if you're right? How do you know if you're with the right mentors, with the right group, right? Well, number one, if you're less than 5 years in the business, right, and you're that influencer that is, oh my God, I've mastered this business. I know how it works. I can show you and blah, 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 blah. Listen, no, you can't. You haven't been through a market crash. You haven't been through that type of a mental state of mind when a market crash and come out of it, right? I don't think you should be speaking about it, right? You should not be talking about something that you really don't know anything of. Yes, you've been successful, and congratulations. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But it's a different mindset when it's time to train and coach and mentor people, right? It is. Listen, I am not a coach. I tell everybody here in my office, I am not your coach. A mentor, well, that's a decision you have to make if I'm your mentor, right? Based on the information that I'm giving you. And I can accept that. But a coach is a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different ballgame, right? And it's something that I've never set out to be. I don't ever want to be a coach, right? A mentor, I'm down with that, right? Giving them the information that the trials and tribulations that I've gone through so they don't make the same mistakes. Absolutely. But what I find out a lot is the ones that talk the most are the ones that are doing the least amount of business. The ones that have been in the business for 4 or 5 years and all of a sudden they're shifting from being an agent to being a broker, right? That shit is not easy. Right? That shit is not easy. The only reason me and my brother are successful, and successful to a degree, is because he handles a lot of the real estate company. I handle the investments, I handle the listings, the training and all that type of stuff. And number two, I've earned the right to speak about it because I've been doing that. I've done it. I've done it for many, many times, and I have my contracts to prove, right? I'm a 6% agent, right? 95% of the time. But how do you find out if you are with the right mentor group? Well, I think, I'll give you a couple pointers, right? Number one is look up, don't just go based on what people tell you or what people are showing you, right? The Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the Rolls Royce, right? Look up really into, right? How are they making this money, right? How are they can afford this Rolls Royce? How can they afford this big ass house, right? Number two is where is this person headed? Do they have a game plan? Do they have a goal in mind? Because today the market could be hot. Tomorrow the market could be bad. Are you the mentor, the coach? Are you prepared for that? And if you are, then share that information with your people because they're going to need it. But if you're the one that's always sharing about where you're eating and you take a freaking picture and a video of everywhere you go, you sneeze and you're posting it, This shit's ridiculous, man. It's embarrassing to the real estate community, man. I mean, I know it is to me, you know, because I could be showing off, right? Man, we got a lot of things. Man, I could go off, you know what I mean, and right? All the properties we own, the commercial, the millions we have in bank accounts, the other, we can go, man. We can do that, man. But how is that going to help somebody else? Oh, I have more than you? No, man. How did you get it done, Jose? And how can you help me get it done, right? That's what you should be doing. But I tend to see that the weakest people, the ones that are closing the least amount of transactions, are the ones that speak the loudest. And that shit is funny to me. And what I don't like is when the new agents start following these people and they start looking up to these folks. And it's just all a facade. I've seen it time over time over time. Shit does not impress me. All right? You know, you got to respect people, man. That's one thing that I learned in the streets. You don't even know, you never know who you're going to meet with up next. It could be the littlest people and he could be the biggest one in the room, right? It could be the biggest one in the room and he could be the weakest one in the room. Seen it, man. Seen it time over time. And somehow in today's world, or today's, you know, this Instagram and all this other crap that goes on, right? It's all about freaking rental car. I just checked out this one cat the other day. He's a wholesaler, right? Young kid, man. The shit was hilarious, man. Just because I talked to him and it really pissed me off, you know, the way he was trying to talk to me. And I was like, dude, like, who the hell are you, right? Where'd you come from out of? What box did you come out of, right? And I looked him up. He's rolling around in a Lambo, right? Flying here, flying there. In today's world, as far as real estate goes, you can look up people's numbers, man. You can find out the truth, man. You ain't gonna fake that shit no more. Back in the days, we could fake it. It's hard to find what people were doing, right? How much they're really making. Today's world, man, is super easy, man. So if you're one of those mentors, one of those persons, man, listen, man, I get it, man. You know, I hope you're trying to do it as, you know, from the goodness of your heart. But I think it may be the wrong time. I think it may be the wrong time in your career, right, to do that, to influence people. Because you can hurt some families. You can really devastate some families. You know, and in these young cats, they don't know that, man. They in their mind, they're looking for anything they can grasp onto for help, right? So when you're running through these, you know, through the scenario of who is my circle and who am I hanging out with, right? Don't just go based on what they're telling you. Don't just go based off what they're showing you. Dig in, look into the details, because that's where the money's at. That's where the real answers are at. And it goes the same thing with your customers, right? You're having conversation with your customers. Look into the details. Sometimes customers get really excited and they start feeding off a lot of information. And then you get excited, right? You get all pumped up. But you're not looking at the details of the actual conversation. That's where the nuggets are at, in the details of the conversation. Now, it's a skill. It does take a skill because, you know, just like anybody else, we get excited, we get pumped up, right? But you got to pay attention to the small little things in the conversation, because that's where the money's at. So I'll leave you guys here. I got to get my agents are coming into the office. I got to jump into this training session. If you're a new agent, right, find yourself a good company. Find yourself a company that has training. Find yourself a company that has a a broker that is engaged, that you can see on a daily basis, that is working on a daily basis to better his company, just like you're bettering your company. Because if you guys are not on the same page, then what are we doing together? All right? At the end of the day, we're here to make money, and let's make a lot of it, because everybody else is. I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys have a great day. Take care. Have a great weekend. I'm going to check out some boxing fights this weekend. Adrenaline team in the house. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.